Hey guys, welcome to session 53. Officially ticked over to
Two?
the next. I thought this time was 50. I thought last time was 52.
Well, last time was
This one. This
51.
one's 52.
Oh, 52. Okay, so this is officially 1 year of sessions. Gotcha. Well, or like 52 weeks, 52 sessions. But hey, so yes, welcome. We are going to pick up with the Crass Menagerie, Cash Menagerie story, as they have figured out the puzzle of the shadow door, perhaps not realizing it was what it was. Initially, the Crass Menagerie had taken this strange armillary who had a crystalline sphere that refracted light beautifully and then amplified it to untold, powers. Um, they used this device to escape a room that they had fallen into that was concealed and cut off by a corridor of darkness. As the menagerie did use this armillary and returned back to the previous room that they had seen, which was atop the mage's tower, as best as they could ascertain, the shattered room uh, basked in that eerie blue, green, teal light, had dozens and dozens of trolls affixed to these strange dark metal like chandelier structures where these trolls were basically being used to create the type of energy that would be required to sustain a bridge between the living world, the material plane, and that of the unformed maze. Uh, Due to their unique biology, they were able to be left in a state where they would not die, constantly in a state of undeath. Do you need help? You're good.
Okay.
Okay.
I know how to do this.
I was just asking. So uh, the menagerie did decide to release the trolls. They released one in the beginning, Ugathol, who had a skull like acid burn marking on his shoulder, and managed to precariously, with the use of comprehend language and the ability to, understand one another, talk to this troll, which has been revealed to be about 250 years old at this point. However, the group did eventually release all of the trolls, and
Minus five of them.
minus five, correct, that had been fallen when they were attacking the little pygmies.
Complete accident. We accept.
Oh yeah, no, it was the little sprite guys did it. The little pygmy guys did it.
No, we farmed him for experience. Don't lie.
Anyhow, uh, but that being said, the menagerie managed to assist the trolls in releasing about 30 of themselves. And with the opening of the shadow door, green light torches in hand, the menagerie stepped through this portal of all consuming darkness. And as they did, the eerie blue lights and teals became all encompassing and blinding. You had entered into a realmscape of mist, rubble, debris, and it seemed to be a destroyed sanctum of knowledge. Tomes flew through the air. Scrolls seemed to slither and snake around. Uh, the sounds of moans and whispers and rattling chains filled your ears, not aggressively, but were in the constant background. There was a strange sensation of wind. However, it wasn't actual wind. It seemed to interact with certain things, but not with you exactly. Uh, you did stumble across an entity which was described to you as a scribery. This humanoid like specter where they have no features in their face or really visible hands or feet, uh, floated around, and they were wrapped basically semi like a mummy, but more loosely in endless parchment and scribery. Different tone, if you were to observe upon him, you'd see different scripts and all that. And it seemed to be a helpful entity, answering your questions, guiding you through the Shepherd of Fates section of this area, which you did learn was indeed part of the unformed maze, the realm of the dead, to be distinctly different than the realm of undeath. And you were able to discover some secrets, perhaps to the point of which only a handful of other entities in all of Rune and possibly all of Materia itself are aware of. You learned of the three uh, fundamental aspects of an entity, of a living creature or being from the material realm, the narrow escape. That is the flesh, that is the soul, and that is the potential. And you learned through the Skyvery, once it became aware to what you were, that fleshy things do not belong in the Scrivery's domain or in the unformed maze. You had also learned that centuries before you, a female individual known as Elseweir, the same Elseweir that you have the ledger of the historical ledger from this area, that was the adopted daughter of one Casper Mathshaw, had entered into the same location at some point where she was given some permission to do some studying, but then it was revealed that she was seeking a means to defy what the Shepherd of Fate stands for, which is order in death, by trying to attain immortality. And she was banished from the realm, having all her current memories, as best as you understand it, imprinted into a tome. Then you were also given a parchment scroll, which I believe was the last bit that we were looking at, that had the seal of the Shepherd of Fate with the black-headed jackal that was very well adorned and inlaid with silvers. And in this parchment, there was the family tree, essentially, of one Casper Mathshaw. Up until around this point, you never realized the gravity of maybe some of your discoveries. Letting some of this information sink in, some of you started to realize that there's faint little trickles, like little dustings off of your cheekbones, as you are in this alien atmosphere that is perhaps not sustainable for a body made of flesh. And that is essentially in the last moments where you heard the clip-clopping and the rattling of chains and the shallow moans of 3 guardians or so patrolling by. What would the menagerie like to do? Please ask questions, because there's a lot, I know.
I mean, as far as Davis is concerned, he said that in order to get back to where we came from, we have to be judged, and these guys are supposedly here to judge us, so let's go. But I imagine others may not agree with that.
Can I peek over the edge? Can I see, like, if I peek over the edge of where we're standing, look straight down? Because you said there was light, like, shining at us?
Yes, so essentially, as you see in the image that's provided to you, it looks like the bottom of this entire place, and you've only seen a small fraction of the scribery, the temple of, the shepherd's knowledge. It looks like it was shattered, it was ripped, it was blown apart at the bottom, and through there is that eerie, always like omnipresent bluish green teal light, pretty dang similar to what you saw in the top of the Necromancer's Tower. And Grant, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sure. And I'd like to ask what is this? What is the name of the spirit? scribery.
Yeah,
Did
he never
Elseweir
gave
do
you
this? And he points over the edge as he looks.
Okay. But go ahead and give me a perception check. And the scribery will turn to face you, and the way that he was been communicating had been by scrawling on this infinite parchment that is him, essentially. And he essentially says, likely when door was first opened.
Interesting.
Perception check.
It's too
9.
bright. Can't see.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as you do look over, it is actually like that. You see some details. You see some of those books kind of flapping by, and you see just the faintest like mists kind of coming off of everything. However, you miss any type of detail. It's impossible to judge height and distance. And then with the small pieces that you've seen, it's impossible really to judge just the size of this place. It's bright, but it is for certain it is the same light source, or very similar at least.
Does everything who dies, or everyone that dies, come here?
The scribery will essentially say mostly.
Ever heard of Simon Ethenberg?
Nope.
Good question.
That is a good question, but nope.
What about, and then I forget his wife's name. Fuck. I can look it up if I have to, but I'll ask about his
Bree.
wife's. Bree, yeah, Bree Ethenberg.
He'll say there have been many, like more specific.
From Volpine? Does that help?
I don't think they know.
I'm sorry to put you through your paces, I know. But...
No. The entity will just kind of be like, they'll just kind of like, as if he could look at you, kind of like confused. He'll be
just like, what? Yeah, gotcha.
Down or up?
Down.
Hair down?
Down.
Down for what?
Is it,
I'm kidding.
her hair.
Yeah, I was kidding.
Hair.
Sorry, boys.
I was making a little John joke.
Well, up is good actually.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, it's good.
But it's frizzy.
Yeah, it's okay. He'll
Okay.
survive. So yeah, the scribery ascents. He is a transcriber of knowledge. He is not necessarily a all-knowing thing. So you got him stuck. He's like,
I win. I get to get out of here now.
Let's see. So who are my two crazy passive perception guys? I think it's Al and Cal, if I remember right. Yeah, Al and Cal. So something that you two would notice is that the 3 judges, they have not paid you any mind. They have they've rode up and are continuing their like up towards you. But Al, you notice that they're, I guess, voids for eyes, and you see the details of them, and they essentially look like spectral skeleton-like entities. No flesh on them whatsoever. They're draped in dark robes, tattered, worn. These entities look as if they must be ancient.
Not also made of paper.
Not made of paper. If they are coming towards you, Al, they have not looked at you guys. Can I get everybody to roll me that has a torch to roll me a d20?
You want me to roll for Cal?
Yes.
Sure.
He's the most important one.
He rolls 16.
Okay, so y'all are fine. One of the torches is alive. Yeah, so Yarces goes out.
Wait, share.
Yeah, so as you notice, as one of the torches kind of flickers out, they seem to, the smallest of them, the one that is hunched over the most, or at least it appears to be hunched as it flies, it very quickly snaps its head, moves a little bit, and then just kind of seems to like something got its attention, but then quickly it lost whatever it felt or picked up on.
Did that line up with us relighting the torches at all?
Yes, it seemed to light up with when 2 of your torches went out. It seemed like it was able to sense that, I guess.
And then he kind of lost interest when we relit.
Indeed.
Well, I'd definitely let the party know. Whatever these torches are doing, we cannot let them go out. Did the scribe say these were the judges?
No. The scribe was very, if you recall, I think the scribe was curious by the torch and actually touched one and it burnt it away to some degree. And the scribe just kind of like where the parchment caught, it just kind of flicked it off and let it just kind of, ignite or extinguish itself as it consumed the rest of the parchment. Anyone that is trained in Arcana, yeah, if you have proficiency in Arcana, as Al points this out to you, you guys can make a check if you wish.
28.
28.
Thank you.
Cal rolls a 16.
Okay. Freaking 28. It is actually does warrant a whisper real quick. So give me 1 second.
Those are shoes.
Shoes.
Got it on the VOD. Shoes it is.
I got blackmail material. So I remember the scribe saying that, like you said, Davis, that we will be judged in
Yep.
order to leave the uniform maze. Did the scribe say these 3 floaty guys are specifically the judges?
No. In fact, Grant figured it out. He said, the maze judges us.
Right, okay.
They
Okay,
might
thank you.
lead us to the entrance or where we need to go in or something like that, or they might be our guides, or I don't know.
There are hype
They
men.
might just be. They might be part of the process too.
Okay.
With my black mask.
Okay, right.
Or Adam just lied to me, or lied to us.
Likely.
Most likely.
Oh yeah. Most
Oh,
lying
he's
DM
back.
ever.
Hello.
Hello, yes. You are all going to die. No.
Hello.
Alright.
When we talk, do they look in our direction
No.
at all?
Not at all.
Wait, you
The
guys talk?
scribery-
I thought Al said something to us. Or
Yeah,
somebody-
I started talking about like keep the green torches lit, and then I
Alright.
asked the question.
Yeah, we no, we're not. When Al mentions the torches will not be like, yeah, we need these things. Who doesn't have a torch?
I don't. My
I was
My
gonna
glaive
raise his
used
hand
to,
and step a
but
little closer.
it went out and it can't be relit, so.
Does anybody have normal torches? I just feel like the more we have, the safer we may be.
Well, they
I want to see if we can light
hold the
anything
flame.
else. Just would try. I don't know. What that like? If these things go out, bad things will happen. Maybe.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure. I think I have like 2 or 3 more torches.
I have a couple spare as well.
Okay.
I want to see how this interacts.
I have 4 more torches. I'll try one.
Okay, so as whoever, so Davis and Al, as you put your torches up to the other ones, which are like that heavy, they're again, remember they're about 10 pounds each. They're made of this strange stone-like material. And you go to light them, your torches catch and they unnaturally quickly just turn to ash very
Wow, thanks, Rock. Down 1 more torch.
Okay. That didn't work. I have a new idea. Oh,
Use
no.
your own stuff.
I'm gonna use my own staff because it's magic.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
try
my
that.
magic staff light. I'm doing this because I saw Davis's glaive light, and that seemed to be okay.
One sec. Everything
Al?
okay? Okay. So as you go and stick the staff of the croak up against the flame. How long are you keeping it in there?
Long enough to see if it lights, and really quickly ready to shake it if I feel like it's gonna just go poof. But probably
Okay.
not. No.
So,
Also
all
trying
right,
to snap it if possible.
gotcha. Are you sticking? I gotta ask. This is for visual sake. Are you sticking the part that has the almost Buddha-like ivory toad or frog into the flame, or are you sticking just the end into the flame?
No, the top of the staff with the
Okay,
frog.
or the frog. So as you do, it sits and you hear a couple crackles and pops as it's like trying to catch. I need, since all of you are gathered in a small place, I need everybody to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. I guess I'll roll Calazos too.
Sure.
Davis rolls a 19.
Okay,
All
Davis,
my
you're
ideas are bad.
not
Also,
bad.
Calazos rolls a 21 actually.
Okay, so Davis and Cal, you're good. Al, you're gonna get hard. Yarcy, you're good. 46.
Damn.
Grant, you're good.
Damn.
Okay, so most of y'all are good. Sorry, that's supposed to be 3d6. So drop that down, drop the 2, so it'll be 17. Everyone that passed, you take 8 points of force damage. Yeah. And everyone that failed, you take 19 points of force damage as the flames try to surround and wreath the staff, and then seemingly the magic of the staff repels it and pushes it out, and then a little blast wave comes out. Also, any one of you that has a torch, roll me a d20.
Who's still
That
injured, out of
include
character.
zombie torches?
Yeah, Yarcy's goes out.
Oh, those torches. Never mind. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
they're
roll Cal's, I guess.
Alice. Yep.
Nope, he rolls a 3.
All right, it's 2
Nope.
out, 3 out. Uh-oh. Okay, all the torches are out.
Well, that didn't work.
We don't have to worry about them anymore.
All right, so as all the torches...
Yeah, I
Okay.
feel like we should be. Well, yeah. The judges. Are they looking at us?
Yeah, so you notice that as all the torches go out, the 3 of them snap their heads towards your direction or you're facing, and then start heading your way.
Cool,
Right,
maybe
wave
we
and
can get
say
out of here.
hello. Hi, judges. We mean no harm.
Anyone else doing anything? They're a bit of ways away. They're
I'm starting to walk towards him.
I'm put my shield on to stay close to the group.
okay.
I think so. Out of character.
Davis, get back here.
Actually, never mind. It's fine.
Okay. I guess I will double check. I think for the sake of this, I'm just gonna say Hans went back on the necklace because you guys have been bamfing around, and I don't know what he wants to do with Hans. So yeah, as you do, you see as they start riding closer and floating closer, Yarcy, you'll notice that they can fly in this area. They drift, and you see the Scrivery kind of shift away to the side. And as he does, I forgot who's holding the scroll with the family lineage, but he'll poke at it and then poke at you as it kind of slides away, just signaling its importance, essentially. But yeah, as the judges, or as you understand them to be judges, the Night Haunt, the Wraith, and the Rasp approach. The Night Haunt with its steed clip-clops, the Rasp as its countless chains dangle from below its robes, and the Wraith as it just wisps through silently. They float 40 some feet above y'all and about 30 feet out as you guys are up against the ledge, kind of presented. Everyone, since all of you are trained in perception or proficient in perception, go ahead and give me a perception check. And don't worry, you guys can position yourselves off. I don't mind. Like, this is just visual. Like, whatever's comfortable for you guys. Whatever works. Okay. And then, D20. Forgot to. What's Marbs? We forgot to be rolling for Marb. I got him. Marb. What is your perception here? 6.
Wait, did Marb have a torch? Did we roll Marb's torch?
He did not.
He did not, no. Because the green dots were torches, so that's how I knew.
He never did anyway.
Yeah. All right, so really, Al, Grant, and Cal, you guys, as they're approaching, and it takes some time, and they're moving quickly, but you're in their domain. They're moving towards you, but they're not like dashing towards you.
They're not in a hurry.
Exactly. As you guys are kind of observing and kind of taking in the situation, perhaps eyeballing to see if there's a means to escape or ways to run away, what you are starting to notice is, the three of you, the stonework around you is starting to slightly crumble. The ledge, as you put your hand on it, begins to slowly lose some of its vibrance and color and begin to sort of crumble. Any papers that you unintentionally kick or step on because they're just scrawled out throughout here, they turn to, that's fine, go for it. They tend to like roll up and start to essentially like quick rot away.
As Grant notices this, he kind of spins around, tells the scribe, "We can kind of in a panic. It's like, we can help. We can fix this. Help us get to Elsevier, and we can make things right."
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Good thing he has negative.
If it's close, I may help.
That's negative.
Oh, never mind. Nice.
Straight 19.
I probably should have guidance myself. This is one of those times where I actually wanted it, but
it's okay. So as you're saying this, the scribery is, already starting to back up a bit, and he says, as he's like writing it out, and for the first time you realize that you actually didn't need to read the writing, it's kind of being projected into your minds. It tells you that because it thinks, or are you referring to what you're seeing happen right now, right around you in the immediate, right?
Yeah, I think Grant is thinking that we're being shuffled off into the maze itself soon. Like, it's collapsing under us, and we're gonna like end up in the maze, and we're gonna make us traverse it.
I get you.
And he's trying to convince him, don't do that. Don't put us through the process. Help us. We can do things. We can make things right if you work with us.
Gotcha. What'll essentially happen is you'll get the projected idea and the message of that, but you are causing this.
Well,
I think the torches protected us from this place, and this place from us. Guys, we don't belong here.
Nope.
We need to do something.
And then as Rock is saying that, the scribery will send another message, is like, you would not go to the maze. And he kind of says it like comfortingly, as best as a monotone entity could. It's like, you do not belong in the maze.
Where can we go? Is there...
He basically says, you must leave.
The door keeps running away from us.
And then as you're having this kind of conversation, the click-clapping and the rattling of chains kind of lowers. And now all three of them, and even the steeds, has its gaze affixed upon you. What comes out is a chorus of shallow breathing, strange sounds, but they are looking directly at y'all.
Is there anything in materia mythology about who these writers are?
You can give me a religion check. And I guess I should ask once he's doing that. Al, what are you doing?
Failing a. I just realized I have exhaustion, so I should have been doing disadvantage on all these. Never mind.
Can I guidance myself in here?
Yeah,
Is there anything wrong with my magic?
No, your magic works.
He does. Grant does some kind of
yes
pseudo equivalent of a cross on my chest.
Yeah, I get you.
Oops.
You pull out like either you can either pull out your holy symbol or your little 11 pointed star, up to you. Draw it. Wow. Okay. Nice. Real quick. Yeah, we forgot the exhaustions. Don't worry. It played out as is. Al. So yeah, Grant. As you're kind of pulling, and drawing kind of the symbol, there's no real account of judges or anything like that. You recall statements of, souls are judged and put through the maze, and sometimes deities will straight up intervene and pull devout soul out of the maze or intercept them before they enter the maze, because they have, fulfilled their tenets and obligations to this deity, and they can, serve their god more directly. You also know of tales that there are evil entities that seek to steal souls, and they use them for trade, and they use them to gain power and that type of things. There is no recollection in your mind of actual judges.
And there's no stories of people that have been killed and then brought back and have actual memories of what the maze looks like and anything like that, right?
At least not that you're aware of. You do know tales with the 23. You know that there's tales that the unformed maze is different for everybody, supposedly. In theory, if you were a good, decent person that lived your life and lived it well, the maze might possibly even be just a straight shot, just a corridor where you walk down. But no one really knows, because as you actually mentioned many sessions ago, to Grant's knowledge, no one has ever entered the maze and come back.
Come back the same, at least.
Yes. So, but as you are praying, the light from your holy symbol is more intense. It seems to have a strong connection. And you see that as the wraith, as it swoops down kind of to get a better look at y'all. Its blade still in its sheath. Along the waist, you see that its head is drawn to that light, and it looks, and it just kind of it's kind of got a curious look to it. And I guess real quick, so Al, what were you doing, sir?
I was just gonna be towards the front.
Okay, shield out, I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah.
I should say buckler. Yarsi, what are you up to?
I'm just watching the three judges to see what they're going to do. Other than that, just kind of seeing what the party's going to do. Okay. Press forward.
All right. So as all of you are in this area, Can I get all of you to give me a... Oh, no, it's the Wraith. The Wraith is good. You don't have anything. And Davis, you would have been immune to this anyways.
Hey.
So it swoops by. It seems to really pick up on Grant's glow of his deity. And it seems to almost, as it was coming by, it was like scanning all of you. But then it keeps now being distracted by Grant because of his prayer. And it seems to have a hard time finishing its task of watching over all of you. And then eventually it does finish and kind of drifts back to its kin.
I'm gonna whisper to Grant, be like, what are you doing? What is it that you're holding?
Oh, it's Amara's mother's symbol, but I'm just praying to the bearer, trying to focus on, things I've heard in the past, but I'm not really doing anything. I'm just kind of thinking at the moment. What about you?
You guys are... Someone's going a little bit robot right now.
Yeah.
It's probably me.
All right.
It was Angie.
All right, go ahead.
I'll step beside Grant, and I'll grab my little piece of coral,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not going to be saying any prayers because Rock doesn't really pray, but I'll just hold it, and I'll think of a nice little lady and be like, "Hey, you always help me out of messes before."
Okay, so you're thinking of... Okay, yeah, your friend.
Yeah.
From...
And I'll...
Yep. So your piece of coral that you keep tied to your neck, that has some intricate carvings in it to make it more decorative and more, of a beautiful kind of like a holy symbol in a sense. As you're kind of thinking and speaking out loud, it glows. It's warm. And you see that they now also kind of... The rest of them kind of look and pay attention, and they kind of instinctively all float just a little bit lower. So the two of you, since you did something, you guys can go ahead and give me religion checks.
If they get real close, I'll intercede.
They're keeping right now about 20 feet away from you, Davis.
Okay.
Ten total.
10 total, okay.
Right. Since 10 points at the three of them, can they get us to where we need to go?
Yeah. So as you're saying this, Grant, this thought comes to mind. Yeah, okay, cool, got it right, roughly right. You're kind of look at Rock and his little mutterings, and then you look back at the 11-pointed star that you're using to focus your prayers in, and it kind of hits you that when you were praying, the lawbearer was not answering. The feeling was different. The light was not blue, it was not cold. The light was silvery and a web. Many threads of possibilities and fate were answering your call. So you would know that the shepherd was answering your prayer. Anyone doing else? Anything? And I would say now, as it's a little time has passed, you guys are noticing that the muting, the graying, the rotting of the papers, the dusting of the stonework around you is just starting to expand further and further out from you.
Is it becoming uncomfortable to us, like our physical forms?
No.
Okay. What are we doing, guys? Davis asks out loud.
As you speak up, the horseman kind of gets closer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, when we're ready, we'll go. then I'll turn to the group. Are we ready?
Yeah. We're not here to fight them. We're here to.
Yeah.
I don't think we are.
I don't know if we're fit to.
I don't know what other choices we have. We're definitely hurting this place, and who knows what repercussions that can have on anything. So, I guess we are.
We don't belong here. They should probably know a way to get us out of here one way or another. So, what else? Like,
Let's just hope that way doesn't mean they kill us, so then we do belong here.
yeah, well, we'll go down swinging if we have to.
Okay. So everyone, let me read the wording on this to see if Davis, if your helmet protects you from this. Any creature that is hostile or perceived as hostile to the thing needs to move within 20 feet, needs to make a wisdom save until, or unless if it is incapacitated. Okay, so yeah, so Davis, you are not immune to it, but it does not. Yeah, because it's not. You need to look up on him. It's just it is him. Could all of you give me wisdom saves, please? I'll go ahead and roll for Marb.
Okay. Oh, I failed.
It's a roll heavy start. I'm sorry, guys. Wow.
Nope.
All right. Marb is fine. Yarsi is fine. Calisor is not fine. Al is not. Okay, so basically everybody but Yarsi and Marb, the ones with the feather, you guys are frightened. Like, dreadfully frightened of this entity. You find yourselves unable to look upon him, and you are under the frightened condition, so can't move towards him. Anything you do against him will be at disadvantage.
I'm gonna back up a couple steps and
That's fine.
ask the scribe. Hey, what happens if we jump into the blue stuff?
The scribe will project that message towards you of unknown what will happen to flesh.
In other words, try it out, man.
Whoops, not this guy. He's not scared.
Hey, who all can fly? Only 3 people.
Cal can.
And we can't carry the rest of you.
Al looks over at wide-eyed, like, what did you just say?
I don't like it. I don't like it here. We need to go somewhere.
Why don't we just go where they want us to go?
They haven't said anything to us, and
We haven't asked them.
You ask them. I don't want to ask them. These
Hey,
scaring the shit out
where
of
do
me.
you want to? Where do we go? We need to get out of here.
I don't know. Far away from them.
All right, no, actually, sorry. Since I'm afraid of them, I would not.
Yeah, I was gonna say you try to like.
I'd be like,
do both and try to
no.
speak. Exactly. It is a
sir,
unnatural fear. Yeah.
Is this a walkway?
Huh?
Is this like a walkway?
You can kind of imagine like you guys are on like it's basically like a ledged walkway that just seems to stretch from one section to another section. It's crumbles. As you guys are kind of trying to struggle to speak, the chain one will start, and you hear like the rattling of chains. And for the first time since you've laid upon these, you get a sense that you understand it, and it is asking, why does the shepherd answer your prayers?
Grant kind of moseys over to Yarsi and he tells him, Yarsi, I don't feel the presence of my God. Do your powers feel the same as normal?
Adam, do they?
You haven't done anything as far as power-wise, so I can't answer that.
Well, I did cast False Life.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Well, yeah, that is an invocation. So, Yeah, they seem, whatever bond you have with your patron here is not like it's the power is amplified, but the source is much closer.
It's like a clearer signal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll let Grant know that my powers haven't changed, but I seem to be more in tune with the shepherd.
And I actually do have a question for you, Yarsi, and let me drop you because I don't want to spoiler it.
Just drop 0 hit points.
So on a scale of 1 to like dumbest idea in the world,
1 to rock.
Fireball
yeah,
them.
from 1 to rock, jumping off with my floaty cape and seeing where it takes me. How do you think that ends?
Didn't Yarsi try to fly and it didn't work?
Yeah. Maybe you just end up back on this platform. Maybe you'll fall through the ground and then it'll loop back. Okay, BRB. Bio.
Maybe it'll warp me back to our time, and then we can do the tower again. And this time we'll bring the trolls with us.
Yeah, I'm about half health and about tapped out of everything else, so like definitely don't want to fight.
Oh god, no. Yeah, I'm also half health and half out of spells, I think. I have all my low levels. I have half of my...
Cal, I believe, is pretty comfortably below, assuming his HP was correct. And spells, he actually still has some.
Coming back.
Good, you're back before them.
Drank too much tea.
And I'm doing a lot of hand gestures. This can't be good.
Oh, Tia says hi from text messages.
Nice.
And nothing
Hello.
else.
Oh, no.
Should make her a character.
I made my wife one.
I could do that. Next time she's over.
Make Adam run a one shot just for them.
Yeah, that actually could work.
BRB.
Yeah, I'm with Danny. I think we should just follow the race and let them take us where we need to go, or where we should go, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we should keep our minds open and stuff. It's just, Davis personally is not going to be digging real deep in the noggin for the stuff. It's not really his thing.
Oh, is that a little ghost?
Yeah.
I was zoomed out, so I thought it was a lock.
It does kind of look like a lock when you zoom in.
But then you zoom in and it's a cute little ghost.
What is a cute little ghost?
The frightened thing.
The frightened.
It's easier to see if you click on the one for where you put your conditions on, because it's bigger there.
So many conditions. These little ghost.
Yeah, there's some pretty useless ones, but there's a lot of good ones. We have the enemy flag. I got it.
Oh, I'm back before them.
Oh, I dropped the flag.
CTF?
Yeah. Sweet, Rock's gonna ride one.
Now I'm on the horse.
Whoa.
I'm doing a handstand.
That one works too. Now I have a hunch.
I get the feeling you kind of always had one.
Well, now I have a super hunch. Doesn't work so much on this one. That is a long talk of them. Is this where Yarsi betrays us all and kills us? I'm starting to suspect.
I think you called it.
Maybe.
Just how his little shitty cantrip made him feel warrants this long explanation.
And this is how the universe came to be. The 3 pillars of creation.
Almost done, they say. Well, I better go refresh my tea now then.
Oh, it's not a cantrip, but he gets to do it at will.
And sorry, it took a little bit. So yeah, as they pay attention to Grant and to Yarsi, the rasp with its chains, the wraith will kind of drift the closest that any of them have been so far, and they are fixated on Yarsi, and they will. Now you guys understand them, even though they're still doing the the way they speak is not natural, but they are looking at Yarsi and they're saying, "Why has the shepherd brought you here?" And now all of you kind of see that he is adorned by iconography of the shepherd.
So basically, guys, it's not exactly like what the girl has right there, but it's very similar. But on either side of it, going from the collarbone down to the point, are pictures of that jackal going all the way down. It also has small silver and gold metal chains that go around my shoulder and back up underneath my arms. I also have the jackal anklet that Adam had talked about earlier, but also on my beak, there's like a metal cap that slides over the tip of my beak that also has the same emblems, which are Grant would know this. Those are emblems of the Shepherd of Fate.
Those have been there all along. We just never really.
Yeah, they've been there all. Well, it's unfortunately because he jumped in. I've been kind of morphing, trying to get everything together. But
Okay.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've been there the entire time. One thing you will notice that they look a little brighter, not like blinding, but a little brighter, and you can kind of see like little silver tendrils, kind of like what we're talking about, the strings of fate kind of coming off of all that stuff. They're purely decorative. They're not magical, or they're not like armor or anything like that. They're purely decorative. And to answer your question, I will say I do not question how the shepherd leads me. I only follow. I know that he has my path, my destiny, my fate in his hands. And if I am going the wrong way, he will let me know.
The rasp and its voice is more of like clattering chains and metal clinging upon itself. Will come through and say, "You have certainly made a wrong turn, for you are a you all kind of instinctively sense and are able to kind of look around now where you are, the gray and all that. It's starting to actually like the stonework is starting to blister and kind of boil. The pages are turning into like sludge essentially, and they'll kind of all in unison say along that entities of flesh do not belong here. We
I will.
will.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We will take you out.
Please. Sorry.
I will say
Javis
we
is impatient.
appreciate that. We were investigating an abomination of one of the temples of the Shepherd of Fate, and it led us here. So I was assuming that it was the path of the shepherd. So please, if you can allow us to leave, at least me, that's my vote. I will leave.
They'll kind of look and say, "These are all. They are all with you."
Yes, they're all with us, with me.
All right.
So, well, maybe.
So yeah, as everyone is listening to this conversation, essentially what will happen is the scribery will float over, and I think Rock is the one that, was holding the scroll with the family. He'll tap on it one more time as it kind of just like sleight of hand ways, kind of tap on it, nudging you to remember that that's there. And the scribery will jump over the edge and then do its thing where it kind of floats, and you see it kind of drift off to another portion of the maze. The three of them now will cycle around you. It's still a frightening sense. These are entities of, well, what your minds and your guts tell you are undead. They're scary, they're spooky, they're ethereal, they are menacing. But they will circle around you, and they will draw their blades. The one on the horse has a giant scythe. The one with the wraith has a straight but jagged, like its edges that seen centuries and eons of wear and tear. Straight, almost like Chinese like straight sword that is pure black obsidian. And then the rasp will pull out. It's essentially like a enlarged flail, with multiple heads, and some of it is bludgeoning, and some of it is sharp points and all that. And they will point towards all of you, and then they will start striking at the ground below you, and in unison running around, basically carving a hole in that. And they will be chanting and saying, Yarsi, you speak Celestial. I think Kalasor speaks Celestial.
He does.
And I don't know if Rock does. I don't think Rock does. No. Okay, so yeah, Yarsi and Kalasor, you'll pick up. It's not Celestial, but it's something similar. And they're chanting, and they are saying, essentially, we must cleanse this section of the maze of the flesh as it does not belong. Here is the realm of potential and the soul, where one gets judged, one goes here. One gets judged on their life to be either reincarnated or punished. This is an element that does not belong. Please, Shepherd, show them the way out, essentially. Translation, funky. And as they're doing this and they're swirling around you.
Adam, can I do something while they're doing that?
Yeah, it's going to take them about a minute. So go.
Well, I will be translating as they're doing that.
Okay. So yeah, you guys hear this translation, and
Grant kind of turns to Yarsi to confirm. So, are you saying that you're going to guide us out?
That would appear so.
I think it's in their best interest so that we get the hell out of here. So.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We're still frightened. I'm still frightened, right?
Yeah. You guys are frightened for an indefinite amount of time until something happens. So they will start circling, and then you will see that it's anyone that's frightened will obviously still remain frightened. It's not an easy thing to feel, because you start feeling the ground around you start like crumbling and shaking, and like they are cutting this section off, and literally like
bits of grit getting in our face from all of it.
Essentially, yes. and there's that wind starting to blow and pick up. And when they finish chanting, they look, and this portion of the maze has, well, it was enveloped in this like eerie wind and all that, which you couldn't see beyond. Only you saw their cloaks and their blades and their horse surging. And then it's a column, and you look up and you can't see. You can see the eerie light kind of piercing through, and then you feel the sensation of like this rapid shift, almost as if you were like on an elevator, and you feel that, but it's almost like sideways, and then you instinctively look behind you, and the doorway is there framed, and they all say, "Leave, never return."
Will this take us back where we came from?
No answer.
Before he goes through before he moves towards it, Grant finally kind of summons the courage to say, the lawbearer brought me here for a purpose, brought me across the mortal realm to do something, to fix something. Are you sure we should just leave?
The night haunt, the one that at least gives off the vision, or the stature of the leader of these, will for the first time actually speak up and say, the lawbearer is, again translated in your heads, the lawbearer is an ally, the lawbearer is of our kin. You do not belong here in your state. If you serve him well, serve them well. When you meet your end, perhaps you will never have to be in this maze.
I get to be an archangel. I'm gonna have feathery wings. Okay.
Marv goes, Bucko.
Grant, that'll be loosely affirmation that, like, that whole order, pillar, column thing that you guys were talking about last session.
Yeah. Okay, so the explosions and all, so he says to the Wraith, the corruption, he points towards the light.
Mm-hmm.
This was caused by a mortal. Can it be, maybe it can only be fixed by a mortal? This has been hundreds of years in our time, and it's still like this here. It can't be a mistake that we ended up in the maze as mortal flesh.
Give me a persuasion check at advantage, because you had some of the shepherd's light when you were praying.
So was that roll what?
Persuasion at advantage. Anyone else doing anything? As you're literally like, you are in like a vortex of wind.
Nice.
I will add my last merit die to that if I can.
Sure.
That's only a 3. Shit. So.
8. You'll get he will say to you that mortals tend to dabble in things that they shouldn't. However, if your god does seek to rectify what has happened, go through the portal and sever the link that binds this place to your realm. And then
gonna need some fireballs.
And as he says that, you feel just essentially a force push y'all through the shadow doorway.
Shit.
Wow, y'all actually didn't have to fight them. I'm impressed.
We would have fucking lost.
Oh, yeah. Marry one of them.
Gotta marry one of them. Isn't it willing?
I mean, possibly. So,
You can do us.
give me a second. I gotta fix.
I think I could do the night haunt.
I could
I
be
mean-
married to a ring wraith.
Hi, they're friendly. They just have a job. Alright.
You just give them the same thing over and over, and they'll love it every time. I mean, they only got 10 fingers.
First anniversary is paper. Second anniversary with them is also paper. Third anniversary is paper.
Hey.
Fourth anniversary probably also paper.
Alright, so as you get shunted and pushed through the door, has Nico ever come back? There's still no Nico.
It's a tasty dinner.
Nico.
Oh, they're the troll names again. Ula.
Uglathol. And I forget what the
Rendor.
leader.
And
Oh.
Kalik. Or Krenlak. Krenlak and Ugathol. So as you all feel this wind pick up and shove you through, instead of the encompassing eerie blue lights and all that, your vision, your senses, everything becomes darkness. And you do not know how much time actually passes, and you are shunted through and you return back into the room. Before we do anything, I need every one of you to roll me I believe it's a D100. And we'll do it one at a time if you don't mind, so I don't get lost. Yeah, a D100. Who wants to roll with the first D100?
I will do it.
Okay,
97.
97. All right.
It's just like our employer.
That's actually ironically awesome. Davis, go ahead and roll me 2d6.
You take that much in damage. 4 total.
4. As you emerge through the portal, Davis, you feel a sensation of the cold and the darkness fade, and there's like a sheath of mist around you that quickly disperses as you kind of realize where you've appeared. And Davis, you have gotten this. Let's see here. So Davis, you've reduced in age by 4 years.
Okay, cool.
Mortal lifespan. I don't know if you recognize it anywhere. Maybe you feel just a little less crick in your neck or whatnot.
I'll update my description now.
But as far as your mortal age, you have been given.
But Davis and Happy has 4 fewer rings.
Yeah. And you said 97?
I did.
97?
Yes, 97.
All right. Okay, cool. I'll remember that. I have to wait for it to come into play. But yeah, Davis, you feel a little less sore, and you've gained 4 years of your life back.
My character is now basically the same age as me.
Huh, interesting. And let me make a note on what you rolled, because it won't come into play until something actually triggers it. All right, who else wants to roll?
I can do Cal's if you want.
I'll let Cal roll his, because it's
okay.
character defining.
Okay.
I'll go next, but
Okay.
question.
Grant.
Oh,
If
83.
Oh, got
All right, Grant. 83. Roll me 3d6.
This is how old you are now. You're 10 years old.
You have lost 10. You've gained 10 more years. No. Sorry, not gained. Sorry. You've
Reduced your age.
reduced your age by 10 years. You've gotten 10 more years of potential back.
You're gonna make him 10 years older. I'm like, dude, he's already old as shit.
I just turned to ash.
Yeah. No. I would imagine with Grant, it's a little bit more of a stark visual, as some of the stark whites and finer grays might actually have some
This little salt and
color.
pepper now.
Yeah.
Peppery, yeah, a little more gray and a little less white.
Yeah. So what does that make you now? Like
65, 64, something like that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, mid 60s. So yeah. You've earned 10 years of potential back, and I gotta figure out what 83 is. Let's see, 83. Oh, that is interesting. This is one I can kind of tell you, Grant. Whenever you think back of where you were, in the maze or in the scrivery, you feel in your core that you have a connection to it now somehow. You don't know what that is, but you just like you can close your eyes and visualize it almost perfectly. And you can kind of feel like there's something now as a part of you in a sense. I'll give you the mechanics behind it later, but that's what it is. All right, so rolled 83, and I'll just say scrivery. All right, who else wants to roll? Al, you were next, and you had a question?
Yeah. Do y'all accept child soldiers in the menagerie?
In case he gets that much younger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that one is.
Oh hell yeah! Please age down by like 20
Roll
years.
6d6.
No, I got it. It's a weird table.
Google, I got it. Here's my next hit.
No, actually, it's funny as it's Al. It's 46. Go ahead and roll it.
Why more dice?
He's a fetus.
No.
Oh,
Isn't that like your
Al.
age?
No, Al. So opposite, Al. Opposite to you.
What?
You've doubled in age. Something has been taken from you.
okay. I'm a man. I'm 40.
You're only 3 years
How
younger
old
than
are
me
you
now.
So basically, what you're saying is those two stole his life force. Got it.
Pretty much.
Potential, possibly.
Y'all stole my shit.
Yeah. Okay, and you rolled a 20. Okay, let's see. So yeah, Al, you are essentially you've aged, but it's not like the most like your body has aged and possibly you've grown some, matured some, but you're still mentally Al, if that makes sense. You're not any more mature or any more developed.
The only important question: do I have a beard now?
Ooh.
Can I?
Sure, you have a beard.
Yeah.
And oh, this one's creepy.
It's not a feather beard though.
No. Your beard is fine. Your beard is normal. Your hair turns into long tendrils of finger-like.
Male pattern
Hair,
baldness.
where the hell is going?
So yeah, so essentially, Al, your horns have grown larger and they've kind of branched out a few. So you got a couple like extra little, spikies where their horns are, where they kind of like, you started to kind of stag a little bit. But through your hair, there are thin bone-like protrusions that are essentially like as if bone was made into hair. And you have like
Wow.
dozens of them just kind of going through your hair.
Are they flexible like hair, or are they stiff?
They're thin enough where they're flexible,
Okay.
but they are definitely not hair. And that's an interesting one. Your hair turns into long tendrils of fragile bone. So yeah, you got some hair that's tendrils of fragile bone, my dude. All right, let me roll that one down. You got changed, but yeah, you've basically you've doubled in age, I think.
I was so close to being 4 years old.
Wait, were you actually 18? Right.
I wrote 22 on the character sheet.
Okay.
Oh, so you're actually older than me then now. If you're 40, are you actually 40? Because I'm 39.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
22, 18.
Yeah. Tendril, like.
We don't know the exact.
Oh, yeah. It's just funny.
You will see that like when Al emerges, he just has like a full beard. There might actually be some crimson and some salt in there, matching his
A little bit of
heritage.
withering on the skin.
Yeah, his bones have.
Night to go pee.
Yeah, his hair will have like these. It flows with your hair, so it's not like it's sticking out or looking any like odd. It's just there's like hairs that are possibly like 10 times as thick, and they're of a bone hue, that that bleached bone color, and they kind of run along this with your hair. Because I would imagine now it's probably I don't know, shoulder length, if not longer. Maybe it's even Corbin length right now, like all the way down to like your mid back.
Longer.
Yeah. So you've lost some potential. What can I say?
We stole it.
All right. Who else wants to roll?
I'm scared.
It's
Well,
not
yeah,
optional.
But okay.
Turn into a tadpole. Turtles aren't tadpoles. But
Oh no. 6.
6? Okay, cool.
On a D100?
Yep, a
Nice.
0, and a 6.
Nice.
I'll start singing a lot of Brian Adams.
Don't forget, I actually am 40, so whatever you say makes you it reflects what you think that I like in music.
Do you not like Phil Collins and Brian Adams?
They're okay.
Okay. It's gonna be a couple of rolls for you, Rock.
Oh no.
How many plates of your shell are going to turn into something weird?
Actually, it does involve part of a shell because of reading it, it does say something. All right. So roll me 2d6.
Okay. Me too. Looks lucky. A 1 and a 3.
Okay, so that's 4. You lose so +6 of a minimum of this. So you lose 20 pounds.
Good. Sweet. Diet.
Best diet plan ever. Just simply
your-
go to the land of the undead and come back.
Yeah, you your vibrant green is a little bit more grayed. Your skin in your hands is a little bit, more cracked, more scaly. You will not see this, but your friends will see that on your shell there are now deep engraved, like inlaid symbols, like in every little hexagonal of your shell. There's like around them or in the center of them there are now like deep engravings of something that I don't think any of you would recognize. And because of your origin, which I will reveal to you shortly, as you see Rock, as you guys are kind of standing up and you see Rock is just down on all fours this while you guys are starting to stand up. I think that's everybody. Oh no, I got to do Yarcy. So you remain prone, Rock.
Well, you can forget about me if you want.
No.
The rest of us have.
Ooh, this is scary. RC,
David.
short lifespans.
All right, go ahead, Yarcy. Roll. But yeah, so Rock, you have not aged or unaged. It's just you've had some other effect. 12. 12.
Roll 12d12.
12d12. That's interesting. You don't see anything different with Yarcy right now, but I will let it know when it triggers.
Awesome. So no D6s right now?
No, 12 is just a straight effect. So let me write that down for you real quick in my notes so I don't forget. I'll just put them under Dregnar for right now. No, actually,
All goes down by a little bit.
yeah.
Your IQ is now 12. In other words, nothing has changed.
No.
Just kidding, I'm the dumbest
No,
of the
that's
group.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure Dragnar was smarter than me.
Actually, that would hurt me significantly since my IQ 16.
Yarcy, bold. And then you rolled a 12. Sorry, guys. A little bit of management with the rolls. Rolled a 12, which equals.
Which equals.
Okay, cool. So I wrote it down for you. I'll make it apparent when it happens. So that's everyone that's here, I believe, right? Because Marb and Calsor are still not here. I'm gonna ping Marb to see if he's got an ETA. Nico! ETA, my dude. Right. So, as you guys are kind of shunted through, I'm gonna do a real quick whisper to Rock, and then I will go ahead and give a little bit of a reveal based off what he tells me. So give me 1 second.
1,000. Everybody read Tasha's yet, huh?
Oh yeah, I got mine, and I was actually able to get one of the limited edition covers.
Nice. They look cool. I've seen them.
Yeah, the tattoos, man, there's some sick shit with those tattoos.
Yeah, actually, I haven't really looked too much at the items and the tattoos yet. They do. I mean, I skimmed them and they look pretty cool. But
There's one that does like 4D. It's a legendary, but does like 4D additional points, 46 additional points of damage every time you hit something.
oh, nice.
Damn.
And they don't take up an item slot, but they
Right.
all require attunement.
Attunement, right?
And starting off at first level with a feat, that's not bad either.
Oh, you mean the variant background stuff, like creating your own kind of class?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically the variant human,
Yeah, but at least
but a
this
little
way
bit better.
you can tailor it a little more to what you want, so you can get dark vision or something like that. Some of the some of the spells like Mind Sliver, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Some of them are pretty good. So you can see absorbing tattoo, illuminator. What's this? Artifact.
Yo.
Oh hey.
Yo.
Just in time to roll your death.
Yeah.
Escaped.
Maybe.
Ooh.
We had to sacrifice one of our party members to escape. Sorry, Marb.
Yep.
No, I deserved it.
So.
It was a fair deal.
Not kidding.
What
As
you get
there.
for asking about what happens after death.
As,
I found out sooner.
So, as a result of our little excursion and coming back, Al is now older than me, and I'm not joking.
Help.
Like Alice, an old guy now?
He is 40 years old, and I'm now 39. He got way older. I got a little bit younger.
Ooh.
Something weird's happening to Rock too. He just fell over, and his shell got kind of strange.
Yeah, that's why they're talking.
Turning into a human.
Maybe. I mean, he
Oh,
said his
no.
screen. He said the green isn't as vibrant, so.
Oh, that's exhaustion? Is the sad face exhaustion?
No, that was frightened. Oh, the sad face? Yeah, that's exhaustion. I don't know what the little other symbol is that you got.
I think it's like radiation poisoning from the
Yeah.
From what?
light orb.
Oh,
From
were you
like
like
2 weeks
scorched or
ago.
something?
What did you cook today, Nico?
Today was chilly night
Nice.
with some avocado.
Beans or no beans in your chili?
Oh, absolutely beans.
Okay. Sacrilege to some people, but I don't really care.
What is chili without beans? It's just like meat soup. It's just
Eh.
weird.
Well, technically, as going what David said, chili is only supposed to have meat. You put beans in it, it's something else.
What is it?
Not chili.
That's the
Well-
only answer you'll ever get from the people who are fanatic about it too. It ain't chili, that's all I know.
Not chili that most people call chili, and it was pretty delicious.
I always put beans
I'll
in it.
show
People say no, beans don't belong in chili. Like, shut up, get away, don't eat it. More for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's here.
you. Just pour the chili over cooked beans or baked beans anyways. It's like
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's all going down the same.
Oh, Nico, you're back. Yeah, I gotta get you to roll for me.
Run, Nico, run.
Roll me a D100, Nico.
Don't
Hold speed.
Oh god.
As you were shunted from the maze and back into reality, into the narrow escape. Let me bring
If I
up my
become a
chart.
ghost, I promise to haunt you all. Excuse me. 92.
Oh wow, geez, you got a 97 and a 92 in this group. All right. What is 92? 92.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Nico, you're 8 feet tall. Or Marb, you're 8 feet tall now.
I can
Yes.
fly now.
I can fly. I'm leaving you all losers down in the swamp.
I mean, except for the one guy who can fly and catch you.
Sure, he can come.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
Wee.
You guys can fly
I'm just
off
making
into the
sure.
sunset together.
I'm just making sure that I read it right. Give me a second.
Oh boy.
Never good.
Huh.
Grows a third arm.
Huh.
Oh, okay. If I could have a third arm, you know, how fast I could shoot my bow would give me double attack.
Huh.
I'm a tripod.
Okay. So visually, nothing has really changed, except for when Marb speaks. You notice that his tongue is now forked.
Always was.
But
You
it's
said
not like
forked? Like a
like
snake?
like yeah, not quite like a snake. Like you have like, you know how birds have like very thin, like tendril-like tongues.
Mm-hmm.
You have two tongues now.
Okay.
Hey, Jay.
Does it
And
give me any special powers?
you get, I don't know how you would discover this, so I got to figure out. I will figure out a way for you to discover what you
Gross.
can do.
Deal.
But let me write that note, and I will say this: it is spooky what you can do.
You need to make a mini hand crossbow that Marv can put in his mouth, and he can shoot it out. He can open his mouth and shoot bolts out of it or something.
Done.
You can borrow mine, but you get to keep it. I don't want that back.
Last second poison arrow hidden in the second tongue. Classic trick. Also made the mistake of looking at the anatomy of a bird tongue, and it is incredibly creepy. Do you know they roll up into their skulls?
Yep.
That is so bizarre.
Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, you have two of those. Wow, 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 wow.
Woodpeckers do something really like wraps around their brain so they don't like give themselves concussions when they're pounding on the wood or some shit.
Wait, I'm making sure I got everyone's correct real quick. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure. Oh, and you rolled a 92. Marb, go ahead and roll me a 2d6. Yeah, 2d6. Sorry, guys. This is like the most.
Dude, James, can you cut it out? We're good. We got it. We're
Oh, I
good.
messed it up. 2d6,
Oh,
not a
yeah.
d26.
I just want to make sure you got a good visual.
Okay, 5.
Marb, you have some of your vibrancy and your feathers has become a little bit more on the violet and purple hue, and there's just a little bit of white showing in some of them now. You've lost 5 years of potential, so you've aged 5 years.
Ooh, nice.
You're a little bit older, and then what is James doing?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Body modifications.
Basically. And I think I may have messed up on Al's. Give me a second. I am sorry.
Oh, nope. It is Kanan.
You age twice as much.
Yeah.
No. I don't think he gets the bone hair. I think he gets something else.
I don't know, bone hair.
Yeah.
You got bone hair?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
No.
What
so
what happened to everyone?
So Al, you're still aged. So you're still older. What'd you roll again? Shit. You rolled a 90 at 82, right?
I rolled a
20.
20. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I got like this chart is like look at this, then this. You know, it's really weird. Look at that. Okay, so I did the aging part, then look at this, and then pick based on the first die. Okay. All right. Yeah. That was the one that I thought it was supposed to be. Okay, cool. So yeah, Al, rather than the bone hair, if you, because you are in a room of light right now, and it's like obscuring and like very bright and all that, your eyes are like mirrors, like Rennet or Chronicles of Riddick, like the polished eyeballs.
Yeah.
Nice.
You have polished eyeballs.
Oh shit, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, your eyes are polished. Sorry. So yes, that one's obvious. People see that and like, oh, polished eyeballs. So yeah, you're still older. You still have like your hair, your horns have grown, and they've kind of started to branch out a little bit more with more stag-like. But rather than the bone tendrils in the hair, your eyeballs are polished. I am sorry for that.
Do
Live
they
your life
retain
one
their
mile at a
yellow?
time.
Do they match? I guess they get mirrored over, huh?
I don't know how that would look, but they're basically like, however you wish to imagine it, they are polished eyeballs.
Oh.
Cool. So, I guess real quick, we'll go through what everyone knows has happened to them since Nico was not here, and then we'll go ahead and take a break, and then we'll pick up in the room with the trolls. So, Nico, since you were the one that was here and you heard everyone's, Nico aged by 5 years, and he has a forked tongue, and he's got something else that, well, he doesn't know what it means yet. I'll try to figure out how to roleplay that in. Davis, what did you get? You could tell
Just
me.
4 years younger. That was it. As far as I know, 97 was the number.
97. Okay, cool.
You said there was something else, but yeah, you're right.
Yes. So yeah, Davis looks just a little bit younger. He gained about 4 years back of potential, and yeah, something else happened to him. And I think I wrote it down as a note. Yes, rolled 97. Got it. Okay, cool. Calisor we haven't done yet, just because we want it. This is character defining, and I don't want someone to roll for someone. Allegretto rolled a 20. He essentially doubled in age. He went from a 22 and he aged 18 years. However, he's become more mature looking. So he's got a full beard. His hair is probably like down to the middle of his back, if not longer. His horns have become more pronounced. His flesh and all that is still vibrant and red. And as a result of the transition, his eyeballs are now mirrored
Creepy.
in visual.
And I got a beard.
You got a beard. Grant. Grant is 10
6
years
years younger?
10 years younger.
10
Right.
years.
Yeah, 10 years younger.
Oh,
So,
grand, my man.
so he's probably around 63 to 65 years of age. So some of that stark white is not there anymore, and it's kind of replaced with maybe a little bit of color. Probably more just dark grays. And was that it for Grant?
Yes, as far as I know.
Yes. And what did you roll, Grant? Yeah, okay, got you. Yeah, and you feel a connection with the scribery. You can't explain it. Like when you close your eyes, you can easily picture yourself in there.
I feel like books are coming out of my chest.
Mm-hmm. And then Yarsi.
Absolutely nothing, because I am the favorite of the Shepherd of Fate.
You heard it from him.
One of your wings falls off.
Yeah. No. Yarsi, you didn't age or anything, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely nothing, because you said you're going to have to do it later.
Yeah. So far, nothing visual with Yarsi. And then probably the one that had the next to most traumatic, next to Al, I don't know, their biggest shift, you see Rock. Rock is still, as all of you have stood up, Rock is still down on all fours, kind of prone, breathing heavily. He's lost about 20 pounds of weight. And in his shell, it looks like on each plate of his shell, that's not being covered by the thermal rider cloak and the thing, the other things that he keeps on his back, there are glyphs and just somehow carved into his shell. But they look like they've been there for a long time. Like it's healed over. They look like they've been there decades, and they're just in his shell. And they're all symbols that none of you really recognize, at least at this point. And that's, well, we'll take a break.
Hmm.